Alright, we're getting ready to start this in just a minute. Get myself together. I gotta get my joystick ready to go. It's just about time to start this stream with the dream of becoming supreme. No, just kidding. I was a poet and didn't know it. Here's my healthy new stream starting image. Got some lovely background music going. Really nice. Just make sure Twitter got the message that I'm going live. It didn't, so that's a notification that's just not working. So, let me go ahead and I thought it was supposed to send out notifications. It doesn't seem like it has. Not that I'm complaining, because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Well, it's 10:30. I'm supposed to be starting this on the button, so let me go ahead and I'll stop the background music. And we'll go ahead and I will just do one other little test here. Because I can hear myself in the background, and that's not good. I am I'm new to this, so it's going to be a little rusty for me. Let's go ahead and mute that. There we go. Mute that. Now I don't think I hear myself anymore. Alright, let me just double check and make sure we're getting the stream now. Bear with me. Live stream, are you working? Hello, live. Yes, you are. Thank you! Yay! Technology's wonderful when it works. So wonderful when it works. Okay, here we go. I got one viewer in the room. Hello. Welcome to Baseball Stars from the NES era. 8-bit. This is what I think the best baseball game ever made for the Nintendo, and it's got lots of competition, I know. There's a lot of people that like the RBI baseball series. There's the Bases Loaded series, and those are good games. I'm kind of fond of Bases Loaded myself, but for me, my money, it's on this game because of all the things they let you do in this game. It might not have all the bells and whistles of some of the other games out there, as far as stat tracking and things like that. But what it does do is allow you can see, make a team, hire players, fire players, and when you make your team, you get to call it whatever you want as long as you got 16 characters. And for this challenge, I made a team called the Twitch Titans. I was able to pick a T for the logo. I thought that was fitting. And when you go in here, you'll see a whole bunch of people with weird names. I have 6 characters to name these players, whatever I want to call them, as long as it's only 6 characters long. And I figured, since I'm on Twitch and doing a Twitch challenge, if some of my followers would like to come in here and have their names on this team, you can see how many players I have. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 18 names that I could put in here. Now, some of them aren't starters' names, but, yeah. And not only that, but I can have male and female players, too. So, if you're a female and you want to be on the team, you most certainly can be. I just, just need a name from you. So just hop in the chat and drop the name that you want that's 6 characters long. I'll put you on the team and pick the position you want to play. And we'll do it that way. So what is this challenge I'm talking about? Well, the challenge is actually on the game facts for this game. It was made a long time ago, and the challenge is to take a normal created team, not one that uses one of the power-up codes that's out there, and put it in a league of 125 games with these teams, and I'll show you what they are in a minute. The American Dreams, the AD, Ninja Black Sox, Brave Warriors, the Lovely Ladies, the SNK Crushers, and then your team. And you play 25 games against each one, with the goal being that you work your way up the ladder. The SNK Crushers are the worst team in baseball in this game, and I think that's kind of funny because they are the company that made the game, and they make their team the worst team in the game. I think that's funny. The Lovely Ladies are a step up, but they have lots of prestige, which earns you a lot of money when you win, and you need money to power up your players. The Brave Warriors are a well-rounded overall team. They are just a good team. The Ninja Black Sox have a lot of speed and defense, and then the American Dreams are just like a super-powered team, pretty much. So I started off last episode with 2 games, because each one took about a half an hour, because since I don't have a lot of great talent on my team, I have to basically play full 9-inning games. Now, as my team gets better and I start winning by slaughter rules, which means I'm just up by 10 runs at the end of an inning, then, the games won't take as long. And I can play more games in a stream. I'm setting it up for an hour right now. That gets me generally 2 games in. But we'll see how it goes, see how I'm feeling, see what the chat thinks. And maybe I'll stay on longer, who knows. As long as I'm having fun and I'm not tired and nobody's getting bored, just keep playing. There's a good hit there from one of the SNK Crusher players. I think that was Manny, the number 2 batter. And I'm having trouble here early on, but that's going to be a double play. Or at least an out at second base, of course. They thought I was going to catch it. I did too, but apparently not. And this guy, I have to be careful of this guy. He's got a lot of power. He's got not a lot of contact, not a lot of speed, not a lot of defense. Well, there, I struck him out. But if he does hit the ball, it's going to the moon. He's got 12 out of 15 for power, so it's just a matter of making contact for him, and thankfully he doesn't do that very often. My leadoff hitter does not get a hit. There's 3 batting stances for the males in this game. There's this one here, which is the Ricky Henderson stance, I say, the squatted over. I don't think he's fast enough to beat that one out. No, he's not. There's the Cal Ripken stance. This is the straight up and down sort of Mickey Tettleton stance from the Baltimore Orioles years ago. Just straight up and down. I don't know if that's probably not gonna drop. They have a decent center fielder. And that's an out. So, no runs on the board for either team. I didn't even get a hit that inning. They did. Ground ball to my first baseman unassisted. And some of the things I like about this game, it's colorful. Yeah, I like the music, the little background music that we have going on right now. When you get guys on base, the music changes to an up-tempo beat. There's the Cal Ripken stance. So there you saw all 3 stances. And the females, I think the females only have 2. But the females also pitch a little differently than the males. That's a nice hit down the line. Can he get to second base? I don't know. Oh, got by the outfielder too, so that's a double. My guy's not very fast, but he'll make it into second base. The females, when they pitch, look a little different. You have overhanded and sidearm pitchers in this game for the males, and for the females, the sidearm pitchers are actually underhand, so they throw windmill And then that's if they throw sidearm. If they throw overhand, they look more traditional. That may drop. No, it won't. Holy moly. I didn't think he was going to get there, but fooled me, didn't he? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Bummer. Oh, I got another chance at a run here. Not so sure. This is a rookie I hired just to show that you can hire female players, and while she's fast and has good defense, she's not much of a hitter, unfortunately, at this time. I haven't had the money to power her up yet. So we got a close one. In my theory for this challenge, the person who made the FAQ challenge for this suggested you go with a running team. You can, when you build your team, you can select a strength of the team from several categories. And I went over that in other videos earlier in this series. And you can check those out on this channel, and if it's been too long, I've archived them on YouTube, so you can check them out then. And check them out there, rather. On one of my videos, while I was testing this out, making sure it would work, I actually managed to catch and rob a home run, which is a rare feat. Doesn't always happen, but you can do it in this game. And I managed to capture one on video. Oh my goodness, what am I swinging at? What am I doing? Oh, I thought that one was going outside too, and he got me, didn't he? This Shacho doesn't throw hard, but he's got really good curveballs, and he likes to, yeah, he likes to mess with you. Until he gets tired, and then comes a different ball game. So, haha, no pun intended. Right down the middle. Will that be a hit? I think so, yes. Just fast enough. Whoop. Steal the base? Yes. That's the thing about this SNK Crushers team. They do not have very good defense, so you can take advantage of them in ways that you probably couldn't take advantage of other teams. It's not going to get me a run, but close enough. So I hope everybody's having a good Valentine's Day. Having a good day in general. I want to thank everybody that has been following me recently. That's really nice. I've been getting follows on my Twitter and here on Twitch. And I got some followers on YouTube as well. So, I mean, that's really nice. I appreciate it. I just do these things for fun. I didn't do them for any other purpose, really, other than to see if I could. I had no idea whether my computer could handle this. In my initial tests with Madden 20 trying to do this, it didn't work, but I just did another test using some different software, and that did work. So in a roundabout way, I think I can do content that I wanted to before, and just didn't think I was capable of. My workaround originally was to do my Madden content, just record the game offline, and then upload it later to YouTube. And just ignore Twitch altogether, because, believe me, it wasn't watchable. You can see the gag reel of my errors on YouTube, on my new my YouTube channel, where I document all my struggles as a starting streamer that has no idea what they're doing. And, yeah, it wasn't, it wasn't pretty. But I've worked out the kinks. I mean, my computer, as old as it is, and as lacking the power that it does, I mean, when I built this thing years ago, it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't really skimp too much. But, you know, technology, especially as when it comes to computers, just does not age well. And this is, like, several generations behind on software now, and hardware. I mean, yeah, I got an SSD, but it's only 120 gigabytes, which back then was big. It was one of the biggest ones you could get back then. But now that's like nothing. They got terabyte ones now. I got a 500 gig normal hard drive, which again, at the time, wasn't bad, but now you can get a 2 terabyte one. 16 gigs of RAM. That's not too bad, but, you know, most guys are running 3264. On the higher end, you know, gaming rigs, you got a lot more than that, but I'm not a super hardcore gamer, you know, competitive gamer or anything like that, so I don't need a rig like... There we go, finally got my first run of the game. Nice hit by the left fielder. 2-run double. Pitcher's hitting. There's no designated hitter in this game. But now, yeah, there's the music I was talking about with runner in scoring position. You can hear how the tone changes. And that always, you know, it's just a bright and cheery tune. That's part of what I like about this game. You can hear the changing tone of the ball as it goes up and comes down in the air. The higher the pitch, the higher the ball's in the air, the lower it is, the closer it is to the ground. So it kind of allows you to judge the position of the ball so you can make the play on it. And it doesn't give me my first baseman there. I thought they would. Sometimes that's part of the trick, is figuring out which defender they will give you to use. Like, on that play, I thought they would give me my first baseman. They wanted me to use my second baseman. And you just get that through trial and error, just getting used to the way the game plays. It's been a while since I've played this game, so even I don't remember, like, oh yeah, my third baseman is the one that should get that. Or my shortstop, you know, which player they're going to give me. Strike out the inning. Nice. And you can tell their starting pitcher is starting to tire out. His pitches are not coming in with nearly the same speed. He's not curving the ball as much, and that's what happens when your pitcher gets tired. They lose their fastball, they lose speed, they lose the curve on their curveballs. If they have what they call a drop pitch in this game, it's a sinker. They lose the sink on it, and it just floats over the plate, which is not exactly what you want to do if you're a pitcher. So they bring in the reliever, Ikawa. So what do you think? What do y'all think about this old school gaming? Baseball Stars is not the only game I'm going to be doing. I mean, we got 120 some games to play. Whoa! I'm glad that ball went foul. That would have been out of here in a hurry. Yep, this guy can hit home runs, so I gotta remember that. This guy will sneak a home run in here and there. So, the simple controls, I mean, you can pick it up and play it. It's fairly standard as far as the controls go for throwing, pitching, batting. You can bunt in this game. Just ground ball up the middle. It does track some stats, but the engine is limited as far as that. I mean, we're talking about the 8-bit Nintendo era, not, you know, computer baseball manager game type engines. So it keeps track of batting average and home runs. And then in the league leaders, it tracks the top 10s in batting average, home runs, RBI. I think that's it for the offensive side. Pitchers with ERA, wins, and saves. And that's it. No doubles, no triples, stolen bases. They don't count any of that. Strikeouts and walks, they don't count that. It's something I would have liked to have them track. I mean, those are pretty important stats in baseball, and it just doesn't have those. But the game's just fun. I love the idea of being able to make my own team, name it whatever I want, get the players in and name them whatever I want. Is that gonna fall in? I don't think so. Nope. Nope. 3-0 shutout. If this was a close to a slaughter rule, I might take... Ooh, nice pitch. I thought that was going to be a ball. I might take my pitcher out right now for... Wow. Nice play. Nice play by the defense. Manny. Shortstop. See, that's the kind of play I'm talking about. I think that was the third baseman's ball. They didn't initially let me control the third baseman. They wanted me to use the shortstop. And I ended up not making the play because it took a little too long. Oh, that's gone. Paul killed it. I'm not going to catch that one. So Paul got a hold of one. I guess Paul Bunyan. I don't know. No, it's some programmer named Paul, but... He already hit a home run off of me before in one of the earlier games, and now he's got his crushers within a run of tying this ball game and making it a new one. And boy, did that one get out of here in a hurry. Yeah, my pitcher, he's starting to get tired too. Yep, he's got 67, and that's kilometers an hour, not miles per hour in this game. 67 kph on the fastball. That's not very fast. Alright. So now I gotta score some more runs here. I don't feel all that safe with a one-run lead. I gotta come up with some more here. And this pitcher is doing well against me. We haven't scored any runs against him as a reliever. He has played before. That's an out. Oh no, it dropped, but he's not gonna make it. And here comes the third baseman. If you wonder why I got these strange names for these players right now, it was to set up the lineup and the positions the players play. So I have the 3B is obviously the position of third base, and then the numbers that follow are hitting, power, running, and defense, or it's just hitting, power, and running, because generally speaking, I know my guys are all good on defense. That's one of the things that I have focused for this team. I mentioned earlier, and I kind of got sidetracked and off the topic, that the person who originally created this challenge thought that you should go with a speed team, thinking that speed is important on the bases, and well, it is, because your players as batters and hitters aren't going to be good enough, even if you made a power hitting team or a contact hitting team, to hit a whole bunch of home runs to make up for the fact that you can't play defense. I took a defensive team. I think defense is important. If I'm going to win, it's going to be because I stopped the other team from scoring. And then make up for it after that with some speed. Maybe after I get some money, I got a decent enough hitter. They can hit a home run here and there. Oh boy, I probably should have taken my pitcher out. Can I rob it? Well, I caught the ball. That wasn't necessarily a home run, so that doesn't really count as a robbed home run. I thought for a minute there that it would be going over the fence, but I misread that one. Alright, this pitcher's definitely coming out. And they're bringing in Hama. So there's a sidearm pitcher. You get an idea what they look like. A little different than the overhand pitching we saw before. And a little bit harder to read the curve. There we go. Went right to their shortstop, so that's going to be an out. Do-do. Here's the left fielder. Not much of a hitter. That is basically a full swing bunt. So that works for me. Just get her on base. She can run. They know that. Yep, she's fast. So that's why you want speedy guys, especially against this first team, the Crushers, because they're so bad. So now, looking at this, I know this guy has 5 contact, 3 power, 3 speed, and 7 defense. So he might be an okay pinch hitter, but I think my best overall one is this guy right here, who I've already used previously. Oop. Got a hold of one, but not quite enough of it. So, one of the other things that I can do, that I was looking at, is a game called Bases Loaded. There's another baseball game that I really liked. It was Bases Loaded. And while I was playing that game, I found out a trick for it that I'm not sure... I didn't think that was going to drop, to be honest with you. And you're not going to make that. You're too slow. Get back, get back. Now, the original Baseball Stars is the game I'm talking about, because they had several, or Bases Loaded, rather. They had several versions of it. And while I was playing that game, I managed to find a trick that allowed me to win a lot of baseball games. Well, just about every single... Well, it wasn't just about. Every single game I played, I was able to win by pitching no-hit shutouts. Every single game. And you might be wondering how on earth I managed to do that. And it's because I figured out a trick with one of the pitchers that I'm not exactly sure how I came across the ability to do it. I just knew of the, pitches in baseball, and just trial and error, I guess, is how I figured it out. So we walk away with a 4-2 victory. Paul hit his second home run of the season. Shacho takes his second loss. You'll see we won't win much money. There's not many fans in the stands. 26K. Let's see if that's enough to power up anybody. Should be. I'm looking at my first baseman I powered up. I wanted to get somebody with power so I can start hitting some home runs. I got 36, so let's go. 3. I'll go 2 and 1 more in prestige. 12 should be enough to start hitting some home runs. And now I want to power up this guy too, because I just need somebody... Yeah. That's not really going to do a whole lot for me, but... I think my speed is good enough for most of my players. My defense is good enough. I need some people to hit home runs and just drive the ball and get more runs on the board. I think I got to address pitcher as well. My pitchers are okay for the Crushers, but against better teams with better hitters, I'm going to be in trouble if I don't get some better curve. Maybe a better fastball or two. And we're going to go ahead and play another game, because this was only a half hour. We'll play another game at least. You see the Twitch Titans. That's our team. So what do you think of this idea that I'm doing here? This challenge that I'm giving myself, and that was made years ago for this game. There's another challenge is to get your team full of perfect players, all 90s overall rated players, and there's a couple different ways to do that. I shared that last video I made. There's a way that if you have a player that has a certain overall as a pitcher, even though their max on their pitching side may only be 75 or 80, you can get that player up to a 90 by powering up the batting side in Prestige. The batting and pitching sides share the Prestige rating, so you can kind of fudge it. The only other way to get positional players at 90 is to buy them as free agents. And they cost $3 million nearly. I think it's $2,980,000 to buy one. And then you have to power them up. So they're not completely powered up when you buy them. Almost. So you're going to spend probably another $300,000 to $400,000 powering them up. Man, I keep swinging at bad stuff. There we go. That 12 power showing off there. Got it to the wall. It's to the wall. Oh, man. There's the home run champ so far, Paul with 2. But luckily he doesn't hit the ball that often like that. Neil at third base. I'm not getting that one either. So, I was talking about baseball stars, or bases loaded. I keep mixing up the names. Bases loaded and that trick. I'm thinking if I get to 50 followers, I will go and stream that live, because that trick that I'm talking about, I am pretty sure nobody else knows. I have looked and seen if anybody else has posted that trick before. Now, we are talking about a game. It's about 30 years old now, so I don't know if there's really anybody actively looking for such a code. But I don't know if it's something that people have seen before, that anybody else knows about, and I'd like to share it and see if, you know, people would appreciate it. So that's what I'd like to do if I get to 50 subs or followers on Twitch. I've got 30 now, and I've only really gotten those within the last couple days, so I'm really appreciative of people, you know, supporting me and following me. You know, it's just a matter of letting them know when I'm here and when I'm streaming so they can join me. And now that I can do some more up-to-date content, like I've just figured out, that might be so. Because not everybody's going to want to be watching games from 30 years ago. That's a real narrow niche. I know that. But these are the games I grew up with. This is my childhood right here. These are my fond memories from my youth. Oh, the days of youth. And just really a bunch of great memories of just thinking about, okay, what theme do I want to make this team? How am I going to name them? How am I going to power them up? And you know, I'm the only male child. I was the youngest of all the siblings, so my older sisters really didn't want to play with me that much. I mean, I can understand that. I lived in a neighborhood where there were no other kids around for miles, so it was basically I had to entertain myself, which I didn't mind. I was capable of doing that. I was a very creative kid. Just give me my Matchbox cars and my G.I. Joes and my Transformers, and I could occupy myself all day long. And then I found video games. I had an Atari 2600. I had an Intellivision. I don't know if anybody even knows what those things are, but that was a neat little system. That actually had analog control way back then. I mean, we're talking like late 70s, early 80s. There was analog control back then, before PlayStation 2 had their hit sticks. Or the control sticks. This had a disc that you spun around for your analog control instead of digital input. You know, your up, down, left, right. This had a circle. And it didn't translate well into some of the games. And I'm trying to concentrate here. I'm striking out all over the place. There was an auto racing game for that game. I really liked it, but it was hard to control with that joystick or that gamepad. But one game that it really worked for, a game I really liked, was their ice hockey game, because it just felt right with the guys sliding around on the ice like they did. It just worked. It just meshed real well with that gamepad. So I had the Intellivision, had an Atari 2600, and I got my Nintendo. And boy, that's when video games just became huge in my life. And my cousin, who lived nearby, he had a younger sister and no brothers. So, over the summers, when we weren't in school, he'd come visit, or I'd go visit him, and he had a Sega Genesis, and I had my Nintendo, and we just plugged those things in, and just play football. And baseball. Tecmo Super Bowl, and Baseball Stars. So, he made a team on here, I made a team on here, and we just kept playing and playing, powering up our teams. And on Tecmo Super Bowl, I had the AFC teams, he had the NFC, and then we played our seasons out, took stats down because they tracked the stats for us, and then we made our own Pro Bowl teams and would face each other with them. So, just, like I said, hours and hours of fun, lots of laughs. And just some really great games. There's another game that I really want to highlight on this series. And it should be a classic. Like, it should be mentioned with Legend of Zelda. I mean, it should really be in that class, because I have not seen a game since that has the same kind of... just the same tone. It had a great story behind it. And the gameplay was pretty cool for back then. And I'm just thinking, you know, if there was a current-gen remake of that game, it would be really cool because of all the things they could do with it now. But that's for another time. I'll get into that later. But that's another game I want to play. Just a bunch of fun games from this system. And maybe from the I can speak. The Super Nintendo era. There's some games I really enjoyed playing for that system too. Unfortunately, if you don't like sports games, well, I was kind of in love with baseball and football at the time. I played them both. Another home run, and that's. Yeah, when you climb a ball and miss a home run, your guy sometimes will fall over the wall. Was that Tommy that they brought in and did that? Nope. That wasn't Tommy. Who was that? I don't think it was Paul. He wouldn't have been up. Wow. It's a 1-1 ball game now. New ball game. Latent. Unless something drastic happens, I don't see a Slaughter Rule win in our future. Ugh. All right. Pitcher's leading off. He hits it. That's a fairly good hit for the pitcher. He's not very powered up as a hitter. Here comes my shortstop. Well, I'm swinging way too fast for these pitches. They're coming in a lot slower than I expect. That might drop. And it does. Almost Bermuda triangled them. But it didn't get through. Yep, this guy's fast enough to steal bases. That's why he's my leadoff hitter. I'm just going to take that and let him steal the base. Get a guy in scoring position. Stay out of the double play, hopefully. Nice hit. There we go. Probably not deep enough to score the run. I'm going to try it anyway. Yep, it was fast enough. Good. Now I got the lead back. That makes me feel a little better. There's one of my power hitters. They're going to bring in a new pitcher. Hama. Wow, you can see that difference in power now. He wasn't driving the ball like that. Even though it was a ground ball, it was hit with a lot more force. So that's nice to see. That payoff. I did power up the power of this guy a little bit more, and he hits a hard line drive. A little... Yeah, I shouldn't have done that probably. You can take advantage of the AI on defense and how they throw the ball and hold on to the ball. I'm trying not to cheese too much. But if I gotta win, if it comes down to it and I need to do that to win, I need to win the games. That's kind of the point. If you lose, you don't get the money. And the money is how you power up the contracts of the players. So, necessary evil. Yep. So 1 run is all we get. But no, 2 runs, sorry. See, I thought you'd think the third baseman would have that ball right there, but I knew, just from playing the game so much, that that was my shortstop's ball. They didn't even let me have control of my third baseman. They just automatically assume that he's supposed to cover the base for some reason in that situation, which is kind of ridiculous because nobody was even on base. So why would he need to? My shortstop can handle that. Quick inning. That, well... Oh! Went over his head. I thought he had that. But that's why you need a little bit more than 0 defense at first base. When that's what Paul has. If that's still Paul playing there, which I think it is. Paul has 12 hitting, well, 12 batting, which is power, and 2 running, and nothing else. He's got 0s across the board for everything else. So no defense, no contact, no prestige, no luck. You know what? I think it's time to take this guy out. We'll give this guy a chance. Haven't used him yet. And that's gonna fall. So, I made the right call there, plus I know that pitcher's getting tired anyway. That's not gonna be a very good hit at all. Whoop, swinging a bad pitch, and... Oh! Haha! Not quite fast enough. Ran myself into an out. Okay, I don't want to put my next starting pitcher in. So we'll just go with this guy. Relief pitcher. Here comes Neil. Yeah, my relief pitchers are not very good. The closer is, but the middle relievers are not. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just enough to get there. Just barely enough. So, with my starting pitchers up against the better teams, potentially have to throw more pitches as they let up more runs. I'm gonna need to bring in my relievers, and if they're no good, it could get ugly. Ugly fast. I should be able to, move on comfortably when I can slaughter roll the crushers on the regular. Because the ladies, when I play them, they're not a great team, but they're definitely better than this team. They have better defenders, better overall, just better overall players. Defensively, they can run, they can hit a little bit. They have a really good starting pitcher. They got one that's really good. Grace is amazing. The other pitcher has decent numbers. She, on paper, it looks like she should be better than she is, but she doesn't curve the ball that much. She's a lot easier to hit. So I have a much easier time against her than her counterpart. That's gonna fall. It's gonna give me an insurance run. I'll take that. Gets by the diving third baseman for a hit. It's not going to score a run. Base is loaded. You see me taking a lead because some of my guys are really not that fast, and I want to give them all the chances in the world just in case something like this happens. That's going to fall. You're not going to make it, are you? Oh, he made it! I thought he was out for sure. I was like, well, at this point, I'll just go ahead and send it. Who cares? But made it by the skin of his teeth. My left fielder. Ugh. Swung a little too early on that. Not a very good hit on my part. Whoops. Pardon me. I hit a button. Which was not great. Just make sure we're still getting the stream for this. We are. That's good. Okay, good news. Good news, everyone. Something terrible has happened. Oh my. Goodness, Fry, you moron. Yeah, I do voices. Maybe not all that well, because I have a cold and my throat's a little wearing down on me here because of that. But that was the professor from Futurama. See if I can do another one. I don't know if I have the range today because of my voice. Oh, Chris! Just wondering where the paper boy is. Yeah. That was Herbert. I almost have it, but got a little too much going on with my voice, with my sinuses today. That's not going to let that happen as good as I could normally do it. Oh my gosh. I guess that's what I get for showboating. I thought I had that play without a problem. And guess what? No, I didn't. Oh, double play. So kind of made up for it. And that's a ball game, 7-1. So we come away with another victory against the Crushers. I was planning on doing about an hour. We're only at about 50 minutes. So I think I'll play a third game. Why not? Let's go ahead and see if I got enough. I should have enough to power up somebody. I do. Ooh, 6! Great. Exactly what I wanted. So we'll go 1 there. So I got an 8 and 12 and 8 and 13. That should be enough power to start hitting some more home runs consistently. Right fielder. Don't have enough there. Let's see how much I have left. So I have 10K. Just looking to see if they're... Well, my second baseman's not wonderful. These are backup players. Third baseman and shortstop. Okay, so... let's go here. Yeah. You know what? I prefer defense and running, so let's do that. Okay. Not bad. This team's starting to get, you know, a little better. Let's go ahead and let the other teams play some games here. No, we're not going to watch that. I think the Dreams are pretty much going to beat the Sox off the Black Sox. No pun intended. That's just how... And you're going to think that the Black Sox are a pretty terrible team. No, they're not. They're a very tough team to play against. It's just that's how good the Dreams are. And we'll do this. Oh, the ladies won a game against the Warriors. Wow. That's pretty surprising. We'll play our 5th game, and then I think I'll call it a day for this stream for today. I'll let this play out. I think before I had just let that skipped right by it. And get an idea what the music is like for this game. Manuel, sporting a .214 batting average. It's about to go down. He pops out to the shortstop. Jab batting .071, and that's gonna go down too. So, no hits. Going up against Shacho and his 4.09 ERA. And that's a drive out to right field, and it's gonna fall in front of the right fielder for a base hit. We know that leadoff hitter has some speed. He's going to steal the base. And get himself into scoring position now for the third baseman, who's batting .444. And I don't know how I missed that pitch. I guess I swung a little too soon. Oh. Wow. Struck out looking. I thought he was going to throw it outside on me. Try to trick me, and, well, he tricked me by throwing it over the plate for once. There we go. There's that power showing. Drilling a line drive into the outfield up the middle for a base hit. I'm going to try to score a run here, and that's not going to happen. And now this guy's got power to hit a home run too, so let's see. Nope, just drilled a ground ball through the infield. It will have the intended purpose of scoring a run. Just need some guys that can make it some nice, solid contact rather than relying on bloop singles and infield hits. That's going to be an out, I would assume. It is. I left too early. I try to tag up, and I usually end up misjudging the timing and running a little too early, which is not going to help you. Ugh. Okay. He got me. Got me on the changeup. I just swung way too early for that. Ooh. Just dropped it in there. Nice hit by Paul, who's been destroying the baseball this year. Oh! Gets it over my right fielder. And there's a bunt. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Almost got a double play, but I got the lead runner. That's what I wanted. first baseman's good enough to make this play. I said, you can get away with having not great defense at first base, but you can't get away with having zero defense at first base. You gotta have some. The Paul for their team, who has 0 running and 0 defense, would have never made that play. Wow, I'm missing balls even when they throw them over the plate. Didn't miss that one. And it hangs up there a little too much. Nice play by the second baseman. Here comes the left fielder. And she pops it up to the catcher. Foul ball. But an out. So 2 quick outs, and here comes the pitcher. And that might drop. Nope, that's a little too slow. Not enough mustard behind it. As I take a sip of a warm beverage. Uh-oh, that's trouble. Nice hit. That was their pitcher that got that hit. There we go. Not quite enough to be a double play ball. Oh my goodness. Misjudged that one. But I don't understand what they're doing on that one. That's some really boneheaded base running. Yeah, my catcher's not very wonderful in defense, and I didn't exactly get a good read on it either. I was late on throwing it. Jump, fly, dive, do something. Uh-oh. Get there. Get there. So, for people that don't know, infielders can dive and jump. Outfielders can only jump for the ball and climb up the wall to try to rob a home run. They can't dive. I'm not sure why they made that decision in this game, but that's what it is. And a seeing eye single up the middle for a base hit to lead off the ball game. Well, the inning anyway. You know, this guy can run. He's not going to steal third base, though. Struck out. That was not the greatest pitch in the world to hit, but had enough power to muscle it through the infield anyway. So, if you're a baseball fan and a Nintendo fan, got a couple questions for you. Whoa! What is your favorite baseball team? You have a hometown team that you're a fan of? And who's your favorite baseball player? And what's your favorite Nintendo baseball game? If you have one. Is that fast enough to tag up one? Ooh, wow, that was risky. Risky, risky. I say this is the best baseball game ever. And I think I stand by that. As far as, you know, a fun standpoint and just a game that, even right now, the game's ancient. And I'm still having fun playing it. It's still a challenge, even though the controls are really simple. I mean, A to swing the ball, to swing the bat, A to pitch the ball. The directional pad tells you which base you're going to throw it to. You just look at the base, the directional pad, like a baseball diamond, where up is second base, right is first base. And that's how you throw the ball, and how you run to a base when you're on defense. And when you want to steal a base, that's got a lot of steam. That's a home run. Wow. The Crushers crushing the ball off of my pitchers this year. And that's not... It must be because I don't have enough curve to get it away from the bat, to miss it just enough. Because those are guys that really shouldn't be hitting a whole lot of home runs that are killing the ball off of me. And here I haven't hit a home run yet. Now granted, that one gets by their second baseman. I haven't had guys with a lot of power yet to do that, but I do now. But aside from Paul, they don't have anybody with really good power. Their next guy only has an 8, and that's... You know, just from the history of playing this game, that's not really enough to hit home runs like this regularly at all. Oops. You can get hit by pitches in this game. That would have hit me had I not swung at it like an idiot. And that's not going to get the job done. Alright, so another tight ball game, and I don't like this against this team. I have won one game by a slaughter rule. I think I won the last game 7-1 or 2. But other than that, they've been fairly close ball games. This one the closest so far. We'll have to see. I think if I get to their bullpen, we'll start scoring some more runs off of them. As this guy tires out, he'll be more susceptible. Leaves a floater up there for me, and I don't do anything with it. And now they're going to the bullpen, so here we go. I got my chance now. Ikawa. Lefty. Whew. Sneaky. Crafty lefty. Oh, that one almost hit me. Glad I didn't swing at that. Just off the plate. That one was right down the middle. And that's going to be base hit. So yeah, the thing is with those kind of hits against these better teams, that's not going to work. Their defense will be good enough to stop those little infield hits that I'm getting. So I'm going to have to come up with something better than that. Like those kind of hits. That's a solid hit. Most teams won't defend that. If I could stop swinging at junk for half a second. There we go. Oh, man. Base is loaded and I pop it out to the catcher. Yikes. And force it any base. That ends the inning. 2-1 ball game. Yay. I'm not saying that because I'm bored. I'm saying that because, oh boy, this could be, a home run, and this game could be drastically different if they start hitting home runs again like they have been. I could actually lose to the Crushers, which would be... I don't think I've ever lost a game to this team before. I could be wrong, but I don't remember ever losing to this team. Now, I have lost to the lovely ladies with a team like this before because, well, they're halfway decent. And, when you don't have a very powered-up team, They're not going to do all that well. So the ladies are definitely a step up in competition from the Crushers. Do 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 do. Right to them. I call that play where they just stand there and hold their gloves up, the praise the Lord play, because that's what it looks like they're doing. Especially in other games, there was, God, what was that other? I think it might have been. I'm trying to think of the baseball game. It might have been Tecmo Baseball. I think it was Tecmo. I don't think it was. It could have been bases loaded. No, it wasn't bases loaded because I remember how that defense was. But in one of the games, the outfielder or the fielder trying to catch a pop-up would stand there, and it was supposed to be a representation of him waving off his teammates, saying, you know, I got it, so they don't, you know, run into each other. But they just stood there with their hands held straight out at their sides, or up in the air, and it looked like they were praising the Lord. So, that just, you know, between my friends and I, when when we moved to a neighborhood where there were more kids, our friends would come over, or I'd go over their house, we'd play some game. Oh, there's the praise the Lord. You know, you hit a fly ball, and of course the defender's right there praising the Lord. Just happens to be in perfect position to make the play, of course. Oh my gosh. 58 miles per hour. He's bringing the heat. And I swung right through it. There we go. Just had the weight on it, that's all. And that goes to the wall. That's going to score more runs. So there we go. I thought that once we got to the bullpen, we'd score some more runs. So that theory held true. I feel much more comfortable now with a 4-run lead than I did, or 5 runs now. Oh, is that the first home run? It's to the wall. It's not quite going to get there, but it'll score a run. I thought I had the first home run of the season. Turns out to be a double, and just barely a double. Because that guy can't run. That's not dropping, is it? Yes, it is. Okay. They really need to take this pitcher out. My goodness. He's throwing like 2-mile-per-hour pitches. Whew. Oh, they are throwing miles per hour. I thought it was kilometers per hour, but it is actually miles. Even so, he's throwing about 40, which is not very fast. Oh boy. Guy's arm's about to fall off, and they're leaving him in. Oh my gosh, I'm about to slaughter roll this game. If I can get another hit, this game's over. And you know what? I'm gonna bring in a hitter. Let's go with Mr. 1000. He got a hit last time. See if we can do it again. That may drop. That might do it. It's gonna fall in. Base hit. And this game's over. Slaughter rule! So that's what one of those looks like. I had another one. We didn't get our first home run yet, but it came close. That was Glenn with a home run. He's got 2 home runs, too. I'm gonna have to take a look at Glenn. And see what in the world kind of power he has to do that, because I don't think he's got any. We got $1,000 more this game, so the prestige is... So let's take a look at Glenn. He's not even a starter. He's one of their bench players. 0 hitting, so that's terrible contact. 8 power, it's above average. Average is 7 to 8 because the max is 15. But an 8 power, I've got guys with 8 power on my team that haven't hit a home run yet, and he's got 2 of them already. So, you know, Paul hitting home runs I can understand, even though he can't hit. He's got 12 power, so when he does hit the ball, it's going to go flying. And another guy, Tommy, he's got 8 power, but he's also got 13 luck, which I think plays into it for him. He hits quite a few home runs himself. But other than that, I mean, this guy and this guy both had 8 power for the longest time. They didn't hit home runs. Anyway. So, let's see. Let's get my right fielder some power now, too. Well, that's not going to help too much. Want more prestige. And how much money do I got left? 13K. Let's power her up, too. Get her prestige and a little more hitting. And that's going to do it for this episode. I want to thank you all for supporting me. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Hope you're enjoying this series of this Baseball Star Challenge. The games will get more difficult as I go along because the teams will just be better. And I'll start hitting more home runs because I'll have better teams, better batters. The defenses will be better against me, so you won't see these cheap base hits that I'm getting. So it'll be a little more action-oriented. The games sometimes won't take as long as my teams get better because there'll be more runs scored. I may lose here and there because the teams will just be better than me. And that's just pretty much all there is to it. So I hope you're all having a great Valentine's Day. Spend some time with your loved ones. Remind people that you love them because, you know, that's important. And I hope you're all having a great day. You take care. I may be back later in the day with some Madden content. My Madden team, that's first season for my new head coach, is pretty much underway. We're in the postseason. We're off season, and it's time to make some roster decisions and prepare for the draft. So I think I will stream that a little later today. Now that I know I can do this live, it should work out pretty well. Alright, so take care everybody, we'll see you next time. I'm going to be trying to stream regularly every day this content around this same time, 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., maybe for about an hour, maybe a little more, just depends on, you know, how people, you know, if I got people that want to stick around for a little longer, I might go a little longer than that, we'll see. And then take a break so that I can get to the odds and ends I got to do during the day. Eat some dinner and stuff like that, take care of the household errands and other life-related things. And then come on in the evening after dinner with Madden content or just other content in general. There's other video games I like to play. Some other ideas I have are some driving simulation games. There's Euro Trucker 2 that I have. And a lot of people think that's boring, and why would you want to play it, and blah, 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 blah. Well, all I would say to you is, I think they have a demo. Try it. It's a very relaxing game and strangely addicting. I thought the same thing, just driving an 18-wheeler around, what's the fun? Well, it is pretty fun. Even though it seemed, it's kind of mindless fun. If you want to, you know, just relax. It's a great game for that. I like RPGs, role-playing games, more of the classic RPGs more than the MMORPGs, which are kind of really popular now. I mean, I like some of them, but I just don't like the setup of them. I guess because I grew up as a loner as a kid, I'm kind of a loner as a gamer too. I don't know. That's about it. That's about all I can think of at this time. I will be streaming other content other than this Baseball Stars. I might come up with another game that I want to play that strays away from sports, because I'm very sports heavy right now. And maybe I'll play that legendary classic game that I think should be a classic. People should talk about it like Legend of Zelda. And maybe I'll stream that next, so you all can take a look at it too. And just pay attention to the game. The story in it's really nice. I just really enjoyed that game. So, I'm going to say goodbye again. I know I said it earlier, but take care everybody. We'll see you next time here on Ben's Corner. Hope you're having a great one.